With the Dixie Fire raging through over 500,000 acres and the ramifications of the CZU fire still playing out in our own community, it's no surprise that prioritizing intensive fire prevention and preparation is becoming the new norm. However, despite the distressing rapid increase in frequency and intensity of California's wildfires, state residents are somewhat familiar with the occurrence and need for wildfires as a part of our natural ecosystems. Faced with the need to balance the ecosystem benefits of wildfire while also pursuing more effective fire safety measures, biologists, firefighters, and forestry specialists are looking to the land stewardship practices of California's indigenous peoples. Archaeological studies show that for thousands of years before the arrival of Europeans, fire was widely used by indigenous tribes in California. Unfortunately, new fire suppression guidelines in the 20th century led to unnatural fuel loads and increased fire risk. But with fires raging year after year, state agencies have a renewed interest in re-implementing good fire practices for community safety, range improvement, and ecosystem restoration. Concerns over fire liability have resulted in state agencies and local communities relying on CAL FIRE to conduct the growing list of controlled burn projects. Unfortunately, CAL FIRE is already stretched thin and can't meet the targeted acreage that would be necessary to make our state's rural communities safer. Prescribed burn associations, or PBAs, offer an alternative and often more efficient way to get good fire on the ground. PBAs are community-based networks of landowners that help each other implement burns by sharing labor, equipment, and skills. The Central Coast PBA was formed last year with grant money awarded to the UC Cooperative Extension and Resource Conservation District of Monterey County by CAL FIRE and covers San Benito, Santa Cruz, and Monterey counties. The Land Trust wrote a letter of support for the grant proposal and offered to host at least one of the 6 prescribed burns on one of our properties as part of the grant. The Land Trust hosted the inaugural Central Coast PBA prescribed burn on a 6-acre restored native grassland at the Watsonville Slough Farm on July 18th. The goals were twofold: to provide on-the-ground training and provide ecosystem benefits to our restored grasslands on the retired parts of the ranch. We are happy to report that the burn was a great success. All steps were carried out safely. Participants gained valuable experience with live fire, and the native grasses and wildflowers will likely benefit from the fire and removal of thatch. Although we don't yet know the full extent of the grassland benefits, we are excited to share that when staff visited the burn site just 12 days after, the perennial grasses were already sending up green shoots. We look forward to sharing more success stories like this in the future as we come together to create a safer, wildfire-ready California.